All right, y'all. Before we start this video, I want to let y'all know that we do have the free Discord. It is now live. I want y'all to please go join that. First link in the description, first link in the YouTube bio as well. The parameters behind the Discord is that the first 2 months are going to be free. I do go to college in a couple weeks, and I don't want my college schedule to kind of interfere with the Discord. So I don't want to charge y'all up front if I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, provide the best of myself for y'all. I don't want my college schedule to get in the mix of that. So I want to just give y'all the first 2 months free so I can kind of get acclimated, get adjusted, and really see if this is something I'm going to actually charge y'all for, because it is value at the end of the day. This is my experience, my lessons, my losses that I am helping y'all learn from. But I'm not going to charge y'all up front. I want to just really let y'all join and get a sense of community, learn from me, ask me questions, and really build that connection. So yeah, first link in the description, please join, and I'll catch y'all in the trade recap. I was Poppy 2, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be doing a trade recap on the trades that I took today. I took one more trade actually. I took this right here. On the trades I took today, all losses, and a break even. 2 losses and a break even. So we're gonna be discussing that and my lessons from it. So first trade I took was on NQ, which I'm not entirely mad at. I wanted really off of open. I wanted this to be a soup. We came down, sub the sell side level, got an internal change in the state plus an inversion on the internal time frame. It was like a 5-second, 10-second, which like isn't, 10-second inversion plus a change in the state, which isn't, I don't like to trade off of this internal time frame like this, but just based off how we opened up, the SMT bullish structure was still being held. I figured this was going to be a turtle soup, and I wanted just to see a straight move up to, Jesus, I can't type today. I wanted to see a move to this external high, and then I wanted to see London as my main draw on liquidity for today. So that was the first trade I took. Ended up failing. I was in profit for a little bit, but did end up failing right there. As y'all can see, I got stopped out. Not really mad at it. I don't think this was a bad setup. I just think that I did take it a little too early. I like to not trade the first 5 minutes of open, which this was my fault. 110%. I did take a trade right off of open, but did everything I wanted to see, so I'm not entirely mad at it. But that was the first trade. Second trade that I took, which I'm honestly kind of sick about, because the same exact trade worked on NQ, it just didn't work on ES. So I didn't trade NQ because NQ was weaker. ES had a bullish. Let me just actually, so this looks better, because when I entered, we didn't look bad. So ES looked like this when I entered, which is not that bad. We weren't choppy or anything like that. Price was pretty decent. We had this bullish SMT. We also had the external bullish SMT. As y'all can see, so I'm like, all right, ES is the stronger of the two. Super clean 1 minute inversion, same exact targets, relative equal highs here, relative equal highs at London. We're gonna enter the same exact trade, looking for the same exact thing. So I bought right here on the ES, and as y'all can see, once I entered, we just chopped around. So I was in the trade since 39. That was my entry, and as y'all can see, we didn't hit till 53. But so look, NQ ended up working a couple minutes later. NQ had the same exact entry model, except just with a much better risk to reward. And this is, I'm not gonna really say that this is on me, because I've been trying to just kind of mitigate my risk by taking trades on wherever the SMT is in favor of. So I'm not really mad at this. I think it's just because it's a no news Friday, no red folder Friday. Didn't get the best delivery from price today. So when I had my first profit take level here on NQ or on ES, it was a negative risk to reward. I don't like to take negative risk reward trades. Well, it wasn't negative. However, it just wasn't the best. Actually, no, my stop was at this low. So it was just about a negative R 1-to-1. I don't really like taking profits at 1-to-1. This is usually when I go break even. So once we took this internal high after NQ already did, NQ took this high way before ES did. As y'all can see, we were still chopping, but once we took that internal high, I ended up going break even right there. And then from there, as y'all can see, I got stopped at break even. So that was that trade. I didn't really want to see price return back to my entry. Now with this, I can say, yeah, like I didn't want to see us return to my entry. I wanted this to be like a straight push through these highs, especially since NQ had already taken and we put in a slight SMT at the highs. I didn't want to see price lag around this level, so I just went break even. I didn't take any profit because it wouldn't have really made logical sense in terms of what my P&L was to take profit there. I like trade off risk to reward. I don't like to just trade off of levels. If the risk to reward doesn't make sense, I'm not going to take the trade or I'm not going to take the profit. I'd rather just go break even and completely mitigate the risk at that point. So that was the next trade that I took, and then from there, I'm like, all right, it's looking short today. I was looking slim for today. Probably not going to get much else, but we did have more buy side above us. Was this London? Let me just turn this on. Yeah, we had London above us still. This was my target, and we ended up getting a pullback into this 3 minute, pull back into the 3 minute, and then from there, we got, let me see, pull back into the 3 minute, and we then got the 30-second inversion. Ended up taking, once this candle was starting to displace, I took it right here with my stop at this low, wanting to just get a quick, this was there, yeah, I want to get a 1-to-1, and just to kind of end the day in profit. As y'all can see, didn't work out, got stopped out again. And yeah, that was the trades that I took today. And I think honestly, in hindsight, none of these were like necessarily bad setups. This was coming out of a higher time frame imbalance. We had an internal sweep. We had respected it was the imbalance that had swept the high. And if you know anything about fair value gaps and the importance of certain fair value gaps, when a fair value gap is put in after we or before we sweep a major level, once that imbalance gets tapped into, and if we respect it, or if we tap into it, is a lot more likely for it to be respected. And if it does, then we will get a good reaction out of it. 9 times out of 10. So we had that in my favor. I don't think that any of these were bad steps. I just think that since it was Friday, I shouldn't have kind of been taking trades at this volume. I should have probably been a little bit smarter with my risk management. I was taking these trades with regular risk on my top step accounts, by the way. This was not on my Take Profit Trader account. I already have it password today, so this is on my top step accounts specifically. Yeah, I think that honestly going forward, I'm probably gonna just limit myself on Fridays to either not trading at all or really just limiting myself to 1 to 2 trades with lower risk. Not with my usual size. I don't want to put on, and I think that's what my ES trade kind of messed me up on for the morning because I took it with full size on my ES. I was in with 2 ES contracts, which was, can I measure the risk out? I have to get out of replay mode. Hold on. I was in 2 ES contracts, which about a $300 risk, give or take a couple points. So that is like my usual size for my top step accounts. I shouldn't have taken that with them full size. I should have taken it in one contract. I would have probably felt a lot better about losing the trade or whatever the case may be, because then from there it's like, all right, now I kind of feel the need to make my money back in a way. This trade I took a very small loss. I lost like $80 on it, so I wasn't really tripping off of that. But the ES trade, I was more so attached to it in a way. Even though I did get break even, I still. So yeah, going into like these just Fridays recently have not been the best for me. So I think going forward, I'm either just gonna start to. I don't want to say take Fridays off because this was honestly a very good setup on NQ. I just was in on the wrong side. Not really much I could have done about this. This was, the move I wanted to see. I just didn't get it, which is on me. I can't really blame anything else. So I'm gonna just start to really be a lot more patient on Fridays. Definitely lower my risk and lower my trade quantity. I don't want to take as many trades. I really want to only take 1 to 2 max on Fridays, and they have to be really of quality. And this was that. We had SMT, sweep, higher time frame imbalance, inversion, a lot of resistance liquidity above us. This was the trade to take today. I just missed out. I was on the wrong side. So yeah, Fridays, definitely learning lesson. I'm gonna just start to mitigate my risk a lot better and manage it. So yeah, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Discord is live, free. link in the description. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the road to 200 subscribers, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.